It's pretty cool, right?
It's gonna be quick.
That's a 20%. Swift would be better though. So I'm just gonna keep catching them until I get one that's swift. An Artisan Lylene would be dope too. And I'm trying to keep catching Jet Dragon until I get a movement speed bonus, you know, like Runner or something like that. Legend already is a movement speed bonus, but I want like, you know, I want Swift if possible. But the last 2 times I killed it. First time, totally accidentally. Second time was just like a button press wrong. The first time I rocket launched it, which I did last time I fought it. I rocket launched it and got it low and caught it, right? It was like 8 rockets instead of like 100 shots from a gun. This time it died instantly. It did like 7,000 damage and it was already like a little bit down, so it insta killed it. Very unfortunate. But yeah, a huge Kanye West fan. It's really funny too because he has like specific grievances with the Jewish people in music, right? And also the dude who tried to have him committed was a Jewish personal trainer. And the dude, what he texted him was crazy, man. He basically like threatened him via text message to have him committed. Like, you know, like you want to go to La La Land and like playtime with the kids won't be the same, you know. It was a threat, man. And he posted like the pictures of the text message and nobody believed him. It's crazy. Or nobody cared. Nobody cared. But anyway, he has like specific grievances with Jewish people, right? But then there's a lot of people out here in the world who just like straight up don't like Jewish people. And they're all like, yeah, go Kanye. Go off, bro. And I don't think he realizes like when he you know says,
oh fuck no.
What's wrong?
Bro, I put in like 3 hours last night of disassembling all this shit, and then it sent me back like hours of work.
How?
I don't know. That just means I'm not playing.
It auto saves.
Yep, but it sent me back hours. Nothing is how I had it left.
That's wild. I've never like redone a base though, so I don't know. I don't know what happens when you do that. What else have you been playing lately?
Nothing. I'm actually about to. I'm gonna go download. What do you call it? Helldivers. Hellrisers. Hellrisers?
It's Helldivers.
Helldivers.
It's actually Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
It does this thing in the game. I watched a video about it today that I actually have been thinking about for like a long time. Basically, the battle keeps going whether you're there or not. As long as like people are playing, there's like a basically the server is like the planet, and when you like drop in, you like participate in the war, but the war happens whether you're there or not. It's very grimdark 40k.
No, I want to try that shit out. If I download it, I won't be able to play tonight. Tomorrow after work, I can download it and then play on Wednesday because I'm off on Wednesday.
Oh, you're off Wednesday.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I can buy it for you too. You gonna download it?
Yeah. You buy it, I'll download it. I'll play with you.
All right. I don't know how you do on first-person shooters with this
With what?
on a computer. Well, I guess you do play Rust, so you have the concept. All right. Me and my buddy Brandon, we had nothing on the computer for first-person shooters. We started off with Minecraft.
Yeah, I never got into Minecraft.
Yeah, eventually I got into Destiny, and Destiny is what got me some good aim. I think it was.
Isn't Destiny more like it's like not a super serious shooter? Or I don't know. I don't know. I never played it. Maybe it is.
Yeah, for PvP it is. The PvE not super serious. Well, it actually kind of is. It's a really good game. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I just didn't have people to play with. Otherwise, I'd have kept playing it.
What's the point of Destiny? Like, what is the core gameplay loop?
The idea behind it is that there's this thing called the light. The light brings you back to life constantly. This is why it says that you're able to die, and then what do they call them? Oh man, it's been too long. No, not glitch. You have a little orb that follows you around, brings you back to life anytime that you die. That's how they do the respawn. And
I like it when they explain it in the game.
Yeah, they do. Like everything has a reason inside the game. It even has lore. It's fucking great. And the idea is that you're supposed to be fighting back for humanity. These aliens, and you have the main three sets of them. You have, God, big buff dudes, aliens who are mad at you, and then eventually it's the Zerg swarm. You wake them up by accident. You are either a Titan, which is like a tank, a Hunter, which I guess is your sort of DPS.
Oh, right. Or a healer.
No, there's no healers. And then, or a Warlock, which is your I'm going to do damage with my special abilities more often kind of guy.
Okay,
and you just go from planet to planet fighting this shit, running missions. And they have their regular old missions. And you just run around, shoot shit. They drop stuff called Engrams.
Oh, so it sounds like Borderlands.
Yeah, it's kind of like Borderlands, with a more serious tone to it.
I played Borderlands. It was pretty fun. Yeah. I actually liked the silliness of Borderlands.
Yeah, it was good. I had Borderlands. If I ever go back and play it.
Yeah, I have a few of them.
I think I got them all.
Yeah, they were on sale one time, like a Steam sale when I just happened to have money.
Yeah, that's what I did. Because I got Borderlands 2, 3, Borderlands the pre-sequel. I guess I don't have Borderlands 1.
Yeah, I don't know which ones I got.
I get paid tomorrow too.
Our taxes are finally supposed to drop in the account Thursday.
How much you guys get back?
6K.
Damn, dog. Well done.
Well, it's a good time to lose your job, I guess.
Yeah. Is that both of you combined?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, actually, most of it's from the child tax credit.
Oh.
You get about 6K a year just for having a kid. I got a second jiggle on a ball with 3%. That's pretty wild.
Alright, I'm gonna try PALWORLD again because I think it had something to do with my cloud status. It says it wasn't up to date and now it does. So we're gonna see if my shit updated. If it didn't, then I'm just quitting this shit for good because I'm done with it.
Yeah, that would be very upsetting.
Nope. It does not look like it.
How do you know?
Because I know I was level 42 or 3 last night.
Yeah, you were. You told me.
It still says 41. I'm gonna log in and see what it says.
Cloud status updated. Maybe it has to update and then like time. Maybe like it says it updated, but you just like a time thing. I don't know. I'm just trying to be optimistic.
Your optimism was pointless. Oh no, I don't even have the patellas. I'd have to refarm. That was all night last night.
That's
Alright, let's go uninstall because it's going to get in the way. It was fun while it lasted. I am done with that game though.
Wow. There's gonna be updates, bud. You can reinstall it when it updates, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
You own a digital copy of it. I really want to buy Fallout 4 because I never actually officially bought it. I pirated it. But this was like 10 years ago. Oops, my computer just stalled. But I just lost YouTube. I don't think I lose Twitch when I lose YouTube. I think I just lose YouTube. I need a second jiggle, please. Give me a second jiggle. I'm out of the good balls. So I'm just throwing shitty balls at it and I don't even care if they miss. Oh, I hit it from behind that time. So you like that, And I'll be right back. Did you actually watch the Minecraft video that we both got?
What?
You remember you got the same Minecraft video I got? Most disturbing Minecraft alpha footage on TikTok.
Oh, I don't know if I got the same one that you got, but I know I got one.
It was basically this Minecraft. I think it was like an ARG, right? And it was this kid was playing like a version of alpha, and it's supposed to be like a solo world, right? But there was
Holy shit.
What's up? Is it huge? Is the game huge?
Maybe? The fuck? Huh? I think it's huge. It says 70 gigs.
That's big.
I think.
I
It's
think
weird.
PALWORLD's 40.
I haven't seen this before. It says downloaded this much out of 19 gigs, installed this much out of 70 gigs. Huh?
Maybe it downloads and installs in chunks.
I guess.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind having like an official version of Fallout 4 and starting with like a blank slate and modding it all over again to make it like perfect. There's this guy with a mod called Sim Settlements that's literally been working on it and releasing updates like to this day. And that's like easily a 12, 13-year-old game. I still get
Alright.
YouTube video updates about sim settlements, which is nuts. Uh, Instead of having to build the settlements, I mean it might have changed a lot since the last time I had it, but in sim settlements you basically like put a settler in charge of the settlement and it would build itself using like procedural generation. It it made it like more passive and active. And the modders added so much more content. Like, there's a lot of buildings you can go into, but there's a lot of buildings you can't go into. There's mods that add interiors to a lot of the buildings, so it's like more exploration. Oh man, I keep killing them. I bet I killed my Swift one a long time ago. This move sucks. It takes forever and literally never hits anything. Oh, thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. Yeah, it says downloading 1 of 3. Yeah, I guess the game's pretty big.
It's in chunks, right?
I guess. I hit download and it was doing it. It's just doing its thing. Figure may as well go ahead and download it now. Have it ready to go tomorrow
Yeah, I might do that
after I get
too.
off work.
It does kind of become a resource grind at the end of the game. Like I have all these things unlocked on the tech tree, but I can't use them because I had to go like spend an hour or two getting polymer, uh, pal oil for polymer. So like no matter how you adjust the settings, you're eventually gonna have to just like farm if you want everything.
Yeah. After just circling that place for fucking hours and then rebuilding my base. And
And
I
then
just lost
losing
it.
it, that sucks,
Yeah.
dude. I'd be upset too.
I ain't about that life. That shit can wait.
When you rebuilt it, how did you rebuild it?
It's like I said, I was centering things. Remember, or at least I was
Oh yeah,
trying
you were
to.
like pixel perfect centering things.
Yeah, I was just trying to see like how close to perfect can I get it? What do I need to do? Things like that. And it's just it is not centered. I hate that so much. Also wanted to see how much ground I could put down, like in the circle, to give me an idea how large things can be. And it doesn't go well. I mean, I was able to figure something out, but whatever.
Yeah, sometimes when I spawn into my game, if I'm at the mountain base, it pushes me under the mountain.
Mm.
I have like 3 artisan Tokotokos, but they can only harvest level 1, so what's the point?
Hmm.
Is there a dark water? I need something that doesn't sleep. Yeah, go to bed, you lazy whore.
Hmm.
Also, I have a lot of fluffy beds, but they're inside a building, and none of the pals use them. So I don't think they can. A lot of them can get inside the building. Like only a few can.
I am not 100% certain that they need to. I think as long as the beds are there at night whenever they go to sleep, even if they can't reach them and they're asleep on the ground, they're still refilling their sanity.
Okay.
So I think you are still good. I'm not 100% positive on that one though.
I'd like it to sleep on top of the bed, though. You know what I mean? Like you spend all this time making a little house for them.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's gonna be a long time. Yeah, all the balls take palladium, and I have none. Oh, I have a Swift Reptyro. That's pretty funny. Because they're
A
super
Swift
slow.
what?
Reptyro. They're like
Hmm.
super slow. So a Swift one is pretty funny to me. But I think it's the ice one, so it's like even more pointless. At least if it was the fire one, it would walk back and forth a little quicker. There it is. it's huge. That's gonna cause a problem. It's King Koopa. Alright, let's check out this Helldivers game. Oh, that's it right there. Pending gift. So, are you just really quickly type these messages to me and give me a gift?
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot I did that already.
Alright, it requires 70 gigs. I got 500 gigs free. Oh, I probably shouldn't install it while I'm streaming. It'll instantly kill the stream, I'm sure. It doesn't let you install while you're playing a game anyway. I'm gonna quit the game for now.
Yeah, I go to bed at I hop into bed at around 9 to 10, and then hopefully I fall asleep. If I don't, then I'm up until 11 or 12.
It's because you have to get up so early.
Yeah.
That's super early to me, man. You know what it is? It's when the game saves, it crashes the stream.
Mm.
Because when I exited to a menu, it basically like shit the bed.
Mm.
So I guess it's like a CPU spike or something. Yeah, I had to watch a video on Helldivers just to see what the deal was about. I wish I could let it install. I actually had a few people like check in and talk to me earlier today, and if Streamlabs is open, it'll tell you if you get new subscribers.
Mhm. It tells you.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, I figured I'll give it like 2 months to, and if nothing happens, I'll just get a job, I guess. Even though I don't fucking wanna. I mean, nobody wants to, right?
Wants to what?
Work,
No, nobody.
right? And I've heard people say like, "Oh man, I'd go crazy if I had to be home all the time, dude. I would be fine." I can entertain myself. You know who says that? Boring people.
I mean, I say the same thing. Even whenever I was let go at my job, like after 2 weeks of just sitting there playing Rust and doing nothing else, like for 2 weeks it was real nice. I think near the end of that month I was just so bored. I was like, "Can I work with you?"
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Because you heard me say it all the time. This year, working with you guys was my vacation. That was just fun for me.
Yeah. I'm glad I was able to do that for like so many people. Like, put them on. A lot of them are still there, man. I like to think that like people would quit if we weren't there, but like they got lives and responsibilities and bills and stuff. I'm sure it's just like a lot less chill than it used to be.
Yeah, bro, undoubtedly.
But I didn't expect anyone to quit. Like I thought they might, but because like there's a lot of stuff that they're gonna get like nitpicked about now that I kind of protected them from. But they're big boys and girls. They can, handle it, I guess.
Hmm.
And it's just easier to keep doing the same thing than to like try to do something new. I watch so many base build videos on Rust. There's only so much you can do with triangles and squares. I keep thinking that somebody's gonna show me something that like blows my fucking mind, but it like literally never happens.
Yeah, I like that. There's only so much you can do with triangles and squares.
It's true,
Yeah.
That's all you got is triangles and squares. Man, when they added the spiral staircase, that was like the first triangle ladder hatches didn't exist for years. Oh man, there also used to be these really cool roof bunkers, where you could build a roof on a half layer and it would go through the ceiling of the roof above it and block doorways. So you could like place twig and block the roof to a chute that drops down really easily. Uh, so like you could build it into like any base design. You didn't have to have like high foundations or like now like the best bunker if you don't want a stability bunker is a piece of twig with a spiral staircase on top of it that goes through the wall and blocks the chute. But I like hated it forever because I hate the spiral staircases. I hate the way they look. But it's a solid bunker. It has like no soft side.
Hmm.
But like to me, if it's like ugly or like convoluted, for some reason I have a hard time, even if it's like functional. He didn't have to place that half wall. There was a wall right. There was a floor right there. You could connect it to.
Hmm.
Have you ever seen that show, Disjointed?
No.
What about Inside Job? It's like a cartoon.
No.
Hmm. Do you watch a lot of TV at all?
Uh, I use Watchflix to watch most of my stuff. I use Crunchyroll for all the anime.
Yeah, I
That's
still
about
got
it.
Funimation.
Right now, I'm watching was it Tsukimichi, Moonlit Fantasy.
What's that about?
It's an isekai, so kid gets thrown into another world. Uh, it's by accident though. Like he's not supposed to be there. No, wait, right? No, hold on. I can't remember if he was killed too soon or if it was just that his parents came from this world and he got sent there. Anyway, he gets sent there. The goddess of this world does not like him. It just throws him down at the earth with like nothing.
Like
But because
Rust,
she,
but naked.
yeah, but because like most of the people that get isekai'd here, they get levels and shit like that, so they're able to level up. He is stuck at level 1. He can't get any levels. Uh, but because he's technically from the world, he's able to. He does shit like he just powers up and
Yeah, the main
he starts
character
learning about the world.
always ends up overpowered eventually.
Yeah, he's overpowered right off the bat, but he doesn't know
That's
it.
usually how it goes too. They usually start off badass.
Hmm.
The only one that isn't like that is ReZero. You ever seen that one?
I've seen some of it. I didn't know I was watching it at the time, so I have to rewatch it to understand why everybody loves this motherfucker.
Oh, his isekai power is that basically when he dies, he just respawns, right? So he has no other benefits. He's like a regular ass dude. So the only way he can like survive is to not die the way he died last time.
Hmm.
And he'll end up in these really like no win situations, and it's pretty brutal. Like it's the least overpowered main character. Am I thinking of the right show? I think it's ReZero. It's the one with
It
the
is.
white-haired
It's
girl.
ReZero. Yeah, the twins.
Yeah, there's twins in it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yo, that Sydney Sweeney chick from Euphoria is stupid hot.
Hmm.
I don't know what made me think of that. She's like in the new Madam Web. Is Madam Web on streaming? Like I'm so starved for content, I'll even watch like shitty Marvel. Like even if I know it's garbage, I'll still watch it if it's on streaming. Nope, it's in the
Mm,
movie theaters.
you ever seen Stargate?
Stargate, no. I
That'll
watched
keep
a
you busy.
tiny bit of Doctor Who. Sci-fi. We're kind of weird about sci-fi. It
Oh,
can't
okay.
just be sci-fi. It has to be something else too. Like, did you ever watch like Andromeda? Or
Yep.
you did?
Hmm.
I like that show. Uh, or
Then you
Firefly
would
was
probably like
good.
Farscape.
I've heard Farscape get. Do you know who talks about it? Is Abed on Community. They talk
Hmm.
about Farscape and Andromeda. He is at a bar with this dude, right? And they're basically nerding out. And he's like on the spectrum, right, Abed? So the other guy he is hitting on him, but talking about sci-fi too, right? And he's like, you're really nursing that drink, you know? It's like, how about we take a teleporter to my place, you know? And he's like,
Hmm.
"Oh no, thank you." And he's like, it's like, "How have you not noticed that I've been hitting on you for like the last 2 hours?" You know? And he's like, "Oh, I noticed. I just love talking about Farscape." And then the dude like dumps the drink on his head, and
Mm,
Stargate's better, or something like that.
yeah. That's funny.
Euphoria was a pretty good watch, man. That was a pretty sick show. Um, the drug dealer in Euphoria, uh, it's like a white guy who's like the drug dealer. He sounds exactly like our old drug dealer named Ricky,
Mm.
and they just like white guys with this like, I guess all plugs talk that way. Man, why do the great ones always like never last?
Let's see what else is there.
You know, if anyone's gonna get me into this game, it's gonna be Operator Drewski. His videos are great.
So I hate to admit it, but the Vampire Diaries.
Yo, no, dude, trust me, I fucking love the Vampire Diaries.
That shit was the bomb.
Yeah, that
I've
really
been
was
trying
a
to
dope
watch the
show.
originals, but I have not been able to.
Yeah, it's not as good. I mean, I love the original family. Like Elisha's one of my favorite characters. But it's not as good. I don't know why people think like when you make a spin-off, it'll like cuz you basically take like a small part of a great thing and try to make a whole thing with that small part. It's never as good as the original.
Yeah.
And I
Let's see. Have you ever seen The Magicians?
no, but I've seen clips. It looks pretty cool.
It kind of is pretty cool. A lot of drug use, sex, violence,
Magic,
yeah, magic.
a pretty good
It's
magic
pretty
system
cool.
from what I saw. It's pretty well thought out.
It's not at all.
Not really.
Nah, the show is not about the magic at all. Yeah,
I guess neither is Vampire Diaries really.
it's yeah. It didn't go where you thought it'd go, but it was still good.
Like witches can fix anything. Like witches are super OP in Vampire Diaries. They're only balanced by being mortal, right? And then vampires are pretty OP too. But they do have like lots of weaknesses. They have like they have to wear those rings. They have vervain. It's not like impossible to get the drop on a vampire. And like even the originals sometimes get fucked over in fights. Like if they're caught off guard.
Yeah, in the magicians, the idea behind it is like something inconvenient happens, so they use magic to fix it. It causes a problem. Use bigger magic to fix it. That becomes a problem. Use bigger magic to fix it over and over and over again. But it's insane how like
It escalates.
yeah.
I guess that's kind of true about Vampire Diaries too, because like anytime there was like a problem, they would just get Bonnie and like they just had to find like some shit, like Bonnie and a MacGuffin, and then they were like problem solved. We need a
One show
moonstone.
that I meant to keep watching and I haven't yet is called SEE.
Okay, you should watch YOU. That I've been telling you to watch that show. That show's fucking great.
Hmm.
The main character is a serial killer essentially, but you root for him, and it's not like Dexter at all. It like Dexter is like OP, um, and he like knows he's a serial killer, and he's like the Batman of serial killers, right? The guy in You thinks he's a good guy who just has like really bad luck and ends up having to kill people. Doesn't want to, like, but it just his damn luck. He keeps having to kill people to keep himself out of trouble.
Hmm.
He has this big plexiglass cage in the basement of a bookstore. Um, and it's meant for it to be like hermetically sealed for like really old rare books and stuff like climate controlled, moisture controlled, stuff like that. But it's also like a prison essentially. And the guy who used to own the bookstore used to like lock him in it before he died. Um, so now whenever he has a problem, right, he doesn't know what to do with like a person, he just sticks them in that thing until he figures out what to do with them. Normally they don't come out. Uh, Normally once they like he falls in love with this one girl, but she's got like this dick boyfriend. So he's like, I gotta save her from her boyfriend, and but sticks the boyfriend in the fucking cage. And then like people will find out what he did, and he'll stick them in the cage. And then there's a guy who he needs a new identity, right? And he's trying to basically buy an identity from a guy, and the guy's like, it takes like 20 years of hard work to get like a really good working identity. He's like, and he's basically showing off his own identity. The guy he's talking to, like, I'm employable, you can Google me. He's like, but that takes 20 years of work. And so basically he kidnaps that guy so he can use his identity. He's like,
Hmm.
oh, I just thought of a shortcut. Like, I'll just take you. That guy he lets go. If he can find like leverage, like something to make make sure the other person won't betray him. He doesn't ever really want to kill anybody. They're all circumstantial. But like I swear I root for this guy in the show.
Hmm. Another good one is Burn Notice.
Bird Notice, I gave it a shot. I kind of want to watch Suits. My brother used to watch it, and it looks cool. I like those kind of shows where like I like shows where the stakes aren't that high. I don't like drama. I don't like when bad things happen to the main characters, stuff like that. I don't like shows that try to traumatize you.
There's a show called Dark Matter that didn't get to finish, unfortunately, but the story is great.
What's that about?
Um, all there's a whole bunch of people. How many was that? Seven, four, three, seven. Yeah, seven people wake up on a spaceship, and none of them know who they are to each other or themselves, and they barely get their memories back. But they start learning about who they are and what they were doing with the ship and everything like that as they go along.
I bet
And
one of them's a bad guy, right?
sorta. He's not a bad guy until he gets his memory back, and even when he gets his memory back, I mean, technically they're all pirates in a sense,
Right.
but like, yeah, it's weird. But it was great. It was a really good show. Love the shit out of it. They didn't get to finish it, or they
Um,
didn't finish the show.
have you ever seen Outlaw Star?
No,
It's an anime. What about you? Everyone's seen Cowboy Bebop, right?
not seen it.
You've never seen Cowboy Bebop?
I know it exists. I tried watching it. I didn't like the animation.
Yeah, it's kind of boring too. But it's like really highly regarded. The movie's pretty good. The show's kind of grind, but Outlaw Star is like the Toonami version of Cowboy Bebop. Like it's more fast paced and the animation's more like have you ever seen S Cryed?
Yes, that's the guy with the arm, right?
Yes. Outlaw Star looks a lot like S Cryed
Huh.
in like character design and animation. Um, but basically, Outlaw Star and Firefly. Have you seen Firefly?
Yeah.
They have the exact same premise. There's a special girl in basically in a box. Uh, that like brings like this group of misfits together to look for a thing in space with like adventures. I thought Outlaw Star was way more like fun and easy to watch than Cowboy Bebop. I know that's a hot take, but and I like Cowboy Bebop. You ever watched Evangelion? No, right?
No.
Evangelion's a really hard watch. But if you ever wanted to get into it, the best old one is just start with End of Evangelion, the movie. You won't know what's going on, but it's so fucking crazy. It'll make you be like, I need to know what happened before this. 'Cause it's like sci-fi religion. In End of Evangelion, like a biblical apocalypse happens. Um, it's crazy. And then they made four rebuild movies to retell the story of Evangelion. It goes off the rails by the fourth movie. It becomes like a analogy for Evangelion as like a meta. It's a meta commentary on Evangelion as like a cultural icon. Um, it puts its head up its own ass. In the fourth movie, it grows a really long neck and sticks its head up its own ass. But it's still like the animation is nuts. It's completely nuts. The last movie took 20 years to make, and it shows. It's probably one of the most visually stunning things I've ever seen in my life. Have you ever seen anything to do with Dune?
Yeah, I watched the newest one. I'm waiting for the next one to come out.
Were you interested in the story at all before that?
No.
Okay. I kind of got into the books. I didn't read the books, but I there's this YouTube channel called Quinn's Ideas where he basically tells you the story of Dune, and it's super interesting. Um, you saw the first movie, right?
The new one, yes.
Yeah, okay. So the guy Paul Atreides, the guy they call Muad'Dib. Uh, oh, basically, the Bene Gesserit is like this religious sisterhood cult. And the reason that the Fremen think that Paul Atreides is the Messiah is because the Bene Gesserit plan thousands of years ahead and plant like myths and religions into like cultures so they can take advantage of them later, right? So the Bene Gesserit told the Fremen or created their religion essentially so later on they could make the Messiah and take advantage of their fundamentalism. Like just in case
Hmm.
we ever need it, just in case we ever need to impersonate Jesus, let's go ahead and make a myth. And then 2,000 years from now, if we're stuck in the desert, we need to make the Fremen think that we're Jesus. We can use that religion that we created 2,000 years ago to do that.
Yep, I remember.
Oh, I didn't know if they went that far in the movie.
Yeah, they went all the way up to where he finally meets the Sand People.
Yeah, I think Zendaya plays Shandi, which is like a good casting choice. The way they describe Shandi in the book, that works for me. Um, Duncan Idaho, the guy Duncan Idaho is actually a really important character, and I think he was played by Jason Momoa. I don't remember,
I can't remember either.
but
Yeah, he was in it.
Paul Atreides, his son, his son is born. There's this thing that Bene Gesserits can do where they unlock their ancestral memories. With this, like, everything revolves around the sandworms and the spice, right? They do this ceremony where they drown a maker, which is an adolescent worm, and the water gets like really heavily spiced. And if a Bene Gesserit drinks it and survives it, they basically awaken their ancestral memories. So they have like all their ancestors in their head with them. And it's something you're not supposed to do until you're like trained and 40 years old and something like that, right? So Paul Atreides' um, mother goes through the process with the Maker water while she's pregnant, and you're not supposed to do that, right? So her daughter ends up being pre-born with ancestral memories and is like a total freak, right? Like imagine like a 5-year-old girl that's like actually got several 80-year-old women inside of her mind and can like talk to you with like that kind of wisdom and foresight.
Mm.
It'd be super creepy, right? Like they call her an abomination. And then that girl ends up having 2 kids that are also preborn, but they are like second generation preborn, so they can like handle their shit better. The mom ends up going crazy and killing herself eventually. I think, if I remember correctly.
No,
Um,
the second movie's coming out. I think it's this month or next month. I'll find out then.
yeah, I'm bad about spoiling, but they're not gonna cover all this. There's like 4 or 5 books. It would take like 5 or 6 movies to cover it all. Like it's a generational story. Like thousands of years get covered in the story. Eventually, like Paul's nephew becomes immortal and combines with a sandworm and becomes a god emperor that can see all of space and time at once. It's really freaky. Game of Thrones was lit, man. I can't believe they stopped making House of the Dragon.
I didn't like House of the Dragon. It was all over the place.
Really?
Hmm.
Once the war started, I liked it. Like when that that chick tried to put her kid on the throne, right? And then that lady they were holding hostage busted in with her dragon, but didn't like flamethrow him. Did you watch all of it?
No.
Oh man. Um, there's this one part where the blonde lady basically sends her kid to go call their banners. Um, and she sends her kid on one of his dragons, right? But the other lady's kid with the eye patch went out and tamed the oldest, biggest dragon there was, right? It's like the size of a jumbo jet compared to like one that's like the size of, like a Van Worm in PALWORLD, you know?
Hmm.
Uh, so that other kid is trying to escape from the eye patch kid on his jumbo jet dragon, and it literally bites it in like one bite, and it like bites the entire thing, and like just little pieces of the wing are like outside of the mouth and flop away. It's insane. I mean, to be fair, the ending of Game of Thrones sucked too.
Yeah, God, did it ever.
I didn't like the way Cersei died. I didn't like the way Daenerys handled the Bells of they should have had Cersei like refused to surrender or something. Then it might have justified like what Daenerys did. And then Jon was such like an unquestioning simp for the last season. It doesn't make sense for him to like be like, "Oh, I gotta stab the bitch. I guess I gotta stab the bitch."
Mm.
Like, basically Tyrion becomes like a plot device at the end. He becomes like this guy who everyone has to listen to, right? So like he tells Jon to kill her and he kills her. He tells them to elect Bran, they elect Bran. And there's no reason like why they would be listening to Tyrion at this point. Makes no sense at all. I'm watching some Helldivers gameplay, just getting ready.
Oh, I'm not spoiling it for myself.
Spoilers never bothered me. You never like find out
I don't like to be
information,
biased on it.
but you never find out information and be like, I wish I knew that when I first started.
I like just learning it myself and not relying on other people to tell me how to.
Well, you're wrong. I was kidding. No, everyone thinks I'm weird because I don't mind spoilers and it doesn't bother me, and I like to do research before I do anything. Did you ever used to play like Ace Combat or like jet games,
No.
racing games?
Yeah, me and my brother.
I used to play the shit out of like Need for Speed Underground and Most Wanted.
Me and my brother, we would do a time lapse on Forza with the ghost, trying to beat each other's ghosts, just constantly over and over again.
Yeah, I used to sit and watch my brother play JRPGs for like hours and hours and hours. We used to watch like I used to watch him. We played every JRPG that came out for like PS1, PS2. Wild Arms, Grandia, even ones you've never heard of, like Xenosaga. I played all the Breath of Fire games on like SNES emulators. There's even ones like there's one called Seventh Saga. There's one called Bahamut Lagoon. There's so many RPGs out there. They just don't get like they're not Final Fantasy.
You ever played Dino Crisis?
No, I never played Dino Crisis actually.
That shit was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Brandon played it. What was it? It's basically what do you call it? Resident Evil with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played
Go get
Parasite
this key
Eve.
card. I played that. I tried to play that too. I can't remember how far I got whenever I was younger. I know that I liked it, but that's about it.
Yeah, I didn't get too far either. It was like a tough game.
Yeah.
Did you watch Darling in the Franxx when it came out?
The who? What? No, I don't know what that is.
It was like a mecha, but the mechas are like people. Oh, it was the one where the pilots had to be a boy and a girl, and the girls had like handles on their hips, and they were like in a motorcycle position, like face down, ass up. And then the guy sat behind them, and there was like two handles that came out of the girl's hips that they had to like control the mech with.
No, I don't know that one.
It was really like sexually suggestive. But it was meant to also be like a over the top version of Evangelion, like 20 years later. It was big like 5, 10 years ago. 4 years ago, I guess. Do you know who Digibro is?
No.
He's like a YouTuber who reviews anime. He like
Hmm.
transitioned a few years ago. It was really like cringe to watch him like go like, "Oh, I'm a girl now."
Hmm.
But so many anime YouTubers went like trans. It's almost like anime makes you trans if you like get too invested. It's like, well, I'm a freak now. I might as well grow my hair out and call myself a chick.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Yeah, but and it's weird too because some people that are into anime are like super based, like super edgy, and then some people are like total freaks. Yeah, I gotta find a TV show for me and Shelby to watch. Did you ever play Terraria?
Oh no, I've seen the end game of that, and it's nope.
Yeah, because it's 2D, I bet it's super hard. Yeah, I spent some time last night power leveling like the shiny lamb ball and chicken I have to like level 50.
Hmm.
It's pretty funny to throw them out there and watch them like one shot. Well, basically anything. There is lots of Helldivers 2 content. Okay, and in Shrouded, you can become a wizard, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
With a flying squirrel suit?
Yep.
I just watched a wizard, like, do a front flip off a mountain and go squirrel mode. There's a lot of games out here, man. Yeah, Helldivers looks a lot like Warhammer 40k. I never got into like Tarkov or Ghost of Tabor. I don't like Ark. I never thought like I never liked it. Just it just wasn't for me.
But Ark?
Yeah. It would seem like it would be right up my alley. I don't know. I looked at the gameplay and sometimes it can be something like I don't like the way Daisy looks. Like it doesn't look like I'd enjoy it. It's like too slow and tedious and like clunky.
Daisy's hurting clunky.
They're making a new pirate game. What was that one that came out a while back? The pirate game, Sea of Thieves. It was like
Yeah.
Fortnite with pirates or something like that. Now there's one called Skull and Bones.
Yeah, that one has potential.
It's gonna be $70,
Jeez, fuck off.
right? How can anyone justify that?
You better send me a fucking disc.
Right. That's a lot for a digital download. Yeah, Helldivers will be fun. I still wish I knew why I got that warning. Because I don't understand. It's like, how can you avoid doing the wrong thing if you don't know what it is? Because, like, watching videos and reacting to it is, like, a huge part of YouTube, right? Damn, I'm actually getting sleepy. That's crazy. Usually I don't go out till, like, 2 or 3 a.m. lately.
I just do what my body tells me.
That's pretty funny. I do what your body tells me to. Uh, uh, there's this dude named Tucker Carlson. He went to Russia to interview Vladimir Putin. Um,
Mhm,
and he made like a big deal over like how nice the subway is compared to like our shitty homeless filled like junkie filled subways we have here in America.
mhm.
And it does look really nice. Russia looks really nice. I thought like we were number one, you know? That's what they tell you growing up, and then you realize that like maybe other countries have it better.
Sometimes you see some shit.
Yeah. You want to go, man? If you're tired, you can go. You sound like really tired.
Kinda am. Alright, bud. I'll talk to you later.
All right, good night, man.